what is going on, guys? So we are back with another Combat Master Online video for you here today. We made one yesterday talking about the new open beta for the sequel to Combat Master Online and when we can expect that open beta to drop. So if you missed that video, I highly recommend that you guys go and check it out. That way you know when to expect the sequel for Combat Master to drop. But anyway, going into this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about the sequel to this game and whether or not it was going to keep the same movement and gunplay, which in my opinion is one of the main reasons why people liked this game so much. Now, obviously they can't keep everything because some of the Modern Warfare stuff that they went ahead and used is what actually got them that cease and desist from Activision or Call of Duty Mobile, whatever it was. And so they can't keep everything. So how are they going to be able to manage that? How are they going to be able to keep a lot of the movement and a lot of the gunplay the same while still not getting into any copyright issues or whatever? Because again, I think the movement, I think the gunplay, I think all of that stuff contributed to why people liked this game so much. So we're going to be talking a little bit about it, and we're also going to be looking at Alpha Bravo Inc.'s previous game to see just how much different their movement system and their gunplay system was before they adopted the Modern Warfare one. But before we get into that, one thing I do want to point out is that Spry has left a comment on my previous Combat Master video saying that we will be getting more information in the next few days about that open beta. So make sure you guys stick around on this channel because as soon as he releases that information, I will be posting a video on it immediately. But anyway, going into the main topic at hand here, the movement system was one of the core things in Combat Master that people really loved, specifically the tactical sprint. In my opinion, I don't really get the hype over tac sprint. I think it's cool, but I don't think it's a 100% completely necessary feature that most people seem to think, and it's something that I could live without if I didn't have it. But I understand why a lot of people do like it. They think that it makes the game feel more realistic, and obviously it shares a large resemblance to how the movement is in Modern Warfare 2019. So that's going to be one thing that's going to be interesting to see if the sequel to Combat Master Online keeps that tactical sprint, because again, that's one thing that people really liked about this game. It's one thing that they kept saying they wish was in Call of Duty Mobile and stuff. So I think it's going to be a highly requested feature, and assuming that they don't do it, I think a lot of people are probably going to be a little bit disappointed. Another major thing was the animations and how gritty and realistic it felt, similar to how it goes in Modern Warfare 2019. A lot of those animations in that game feel very realistic and very gritty, and that's because they actually went ahead and did a completely different animation system in that COD game than they did previously, and that's one of the reasons why it feels so real and why it feels so nice. And that's something that Combat Master Online tried to emulate, but it's going to be interesting to see whether or not that stays, because we don't know just yet how many animations they used from Modern Warfare or basically any other game. There's a lot of people pointing out that there were some animations that looked that they might have been taken from Apex Legends. There was just a bunch of different stuff, and obviously they cannot keep any of the copyrighted stuff in this sequel, otherwise it will get the same problems that the first game had. So it's going to be very interesting to see just how much the animations changed, because then that would reveal to us just how many animations they actually took from other games. Now, the game we're watching here is Action Strike Online, which is actually Alpha Bravo Inc.'s previous game before Combat Master Online. And as you guys can see, it looks completely different. Not only does it have different weapons and stuff, but it's also significantly brighter and flashier, and it just doesn't resemble that realistic, gritty feeling that Combat Master had. And as you guys can tell here, a lot of the maps in this game were actually reused and then later put into Combat Master. So it'll be interesting to see if they decide to reuse any of the other stuff from that game that didn't receive any copyright issues to make this game. One question that I keep seeing being brought up in my comment section is how were they able to make a new game so quickly? It's literally only been a few weeks since Combat Master Online went offline, and maybe they didn't make an entirely new game. Maybe they're basically just reusing a lot of the stuff from their previous game. And I think if they went ahead and did that, a lot of people are going to be disappointed because of the fact that that previous game that they have is completely different than from what people expected with Combat Master. It's significantly brighter, more colorful. The gunplay does not look the same at all. And I imagine that it's not going to really resemble what Call of Duty is and what made people attracted to Combat Master in the first place. Now, I'm not saying that they're 100% going to be using Action Strike content or basically just re-releasing Action Strike or anything like that. I'm just saying that it is a little suspicious as to how they were able to so quickly make a new game. And that's why in previous videos I've said that I think that maybe they've been making this new game for a while now, and Combat Master was really only just a test run to see if people would even be interested in something like that, or at the very least they used Combat Master just to get some kind of publicity, that way they can go ahead and promote their new game. At this point, we really don't know because there is such little information publicly known about the sequel to Combat Master Online, but what we do know is that, like we saw earlier in that comment from Spry, we will be getting additional information in the next few days, and if all goes well, the open beta should be dropping within the next 3 weeks, so very soon we're going to find out more info about this game. And like I mentioned earlier, whenever there is new information, you can guarantee that I will be making a video on it that day. So if you're interested in keeping up with the latest Combat Master news and speculation, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton, and I post daily mobile gaming content, so you'll get something to watch every single day. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about this topic down in the comments below. Do you guys think that the Combat Master Online sequel is going to keep all of those movement and gunplay features from the original game? Or do you think that they're going to have to switch things up, that way they don't land themselves in any further copyright issues? Would you even stick around for this game if it didn't have things like tac sprint, for example? I'm very interested in hearing your guys' thoughts on all of this information. But with all of that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.